Welcome to the Reddit Chronicles. Today we will be reading from relationship advice. Our first post is by Onikum. I'm your wife, not your mom. My wife F32 always says this to me 34M, and I don't know how to respond. How can I make her see my side? Hey everyone. So my wife 32F and I 34M have been together for 18 years but have been arguing recently about the responsibilities within our marriage, and we can't seem to agree. I work full-time and my wife is a stay-at-home mother. We have 2 children, one is in school full-time, and the other goes to preschool 2.5 days a week. Recently, my wife has been sending me the stupid TikToks that always say your wife is your partner, not your mom, and essentially boil down to men should help out round the house, help with the kids and pick up after themselves. A sentiment I generally agree with. This usually comes with a side of, you don't value what I do, to look after the kids and plan everything, etc. Now to be clear, I am not against helping out round the house and helping get the kids to bed and brush their teeth and cook meals. I do help with this stuff every day. I feel like all I do is work because the second I finish work, I have kids to help with because she has had them all day. My position is that she is right when she says kids are work, and I can appreciate that after a day of being with them all day that she is probably tired of kids. But I have also been at work all day too, and it isn't fair to expect me to be sole parent as soon as I'm finished. Then there is the issue of housework. Our house is always a mess, which frustrates me when she complains about having to do all the unpaid labor of managing a household and looking after the kids. Because from my perspective, I go to work in a messy house and I finish work in a messy house. I work from home, go into my office for 8 hours, only coming out for the occasional coffee and snack, which means that 90% of my mess is contained to a room only I go in. Most days while I'm at work she isn't even home. I feel that I am holding up my end of the bargain by working full-time and then helping with housework and the kids outside of that. But she isn't holding up her end of it by looking after the house and kids while I'm at work. I could understand that she wouldn't get as much done around the house on days when our youngest is home, but on days where she is at preschool, she take it as an opportunity to have a break and go shopping with her mom, or go visit a friend. Whenever I bring this up or question how much effort she is putting in, I get, "You don't appreciate me," and "I'm not your mother." I'm not saying she should be waiting on me hand and foot as my personal maid, and cook because I'm the man bringing home the bacon. And I really hope I don't come across that way in this post, as that really not what I'm saying. But I am killing myself trying to do everything. Yet I'm being told I'm the problem for treating her like my mother, because I'm expecting her to do her part. What can I do to help her see my side? Update, so a lot of people are saying we need to sit down and try to look at things as a team, and I am totally on board for this approach, and will let you know how it goes. Also, to a few people dislike my framing of helping, as it's my responsibility also. I agree I use the term helping, as that's the word she uses when saying I need to do more to help around the house. Another lot of you either can't read or are refusing to believe that I actually parent my own children. I wake them up in the morning. I make them breakfast every day. I get them dressed every day. I take them to school 2 to 3 days a week. I know their teachers. I know all their friends and their friends' parents' names. I know their doctors. I know their allergies, none thankfully. I bath them. I get their PJs on and read them the same goddamn bedtime story every night for weeks. Because they don't want any of the other books we have, they want George the Giant. I draw with them, I play games with them. I know their favorite Disney princesses and favorite superheroes. As for the household, I do laundry. I load the dishwasher, I cook my own lunches and tidy up after myself. I iron, I fold and put away laundry. I pick up their toys and tidy their playroom. I hoover at the weekend and take them to kids' parties. I also do all the chores that my wife wants because I am the man, like taking out the bins, cleaning the car, mowing the grass, fixing anything that breaks. Our next post is by Throwaway. My 28M girlfriend, 26F of 4 years, is actually 22F. How can I move past this? Okay, basically when I was 24 I met this great chick, alright. A total smoke show, super caring and super funny and just all around a great chick. We both shopped at the same grocery place, and we made casual conversation a couple times and she ended up hitting on me. I wasn't really looking for a relationship, I was in college, but the second she showed an interest in me, it was like my whole life changed, so I figured why not give it a go. 6 months later we moved in together, and everything was great, but there were a few things in hindsight that maybe should have told me it wasn't great. She had her own apartment, but she was subletting. Told me she lived there for 2 years but couldn't be on lease cause of credit when she first moved in. Said she was 22, but she grew up really Christian, so drinking or being around bars and stuff was a big no-no, which at the time was kinda a bummer but helped me turn my life around a bit. Said she wasn't in contact with her parents cause they booted her out when she was 20. But recently I proposed and she's been acting jittery, and I confronted her about why she was acting like that. Turns out when we met she was actually 18, so we don't have a 2-year gap, we have a 6-year gap. She got booted out by her foster parents 2 years before we met and started subletting, and her family was never Christian or anything. I freaked out, demanded to see her birth certificate cause I thought she was screwing with me, but no, she's 22, almost 23. I never had any clue, and she waited all this time to tell me. The age difference kinda freaks me out. I know 6 years isn't that big now, but when we met that was kinda huge. I really love her, she's a great chick and I wanna marry her, but this whole situation has freaked me out. How do I salvage our relationship? I'm not really having issues trusting again, but the age difference kinda freaks me out. Our next post is by Throwaway. My 34M girlfriend 29F expects me to pay for everything. I have been with my girlfriend for nearly a year now. At the beginning, we would make equal efforts to pay the bills whenever eating out. Then the effort from her end came to a stop, where she would often joke that she wasn't even carrying enough money in her wallet to offer to pay, etc. I have continued paying for the majority, but more recently, I mentioned I would like her to show that she is willing to contribute more. She didn't like this. She said that she thought we had become a more intimate, closer couple. I didn't know what this really meant. Sometimes when we go away I will cover everything, hotels, transport, food, the full lot. Sometimes I will let her know the cost of the hotel or travel for a half split, but I still maintain paying for all other costs like food and transportation costs without hesitation. She makes it appear like I am not doing enough. I am not sure what else to do. I am not prepared to pay 100% for everything. I would like to see her make more of an effort to contribute, even if I reject and still pay for it. At least I know that she's made an effort to want to, but I just don't see Thay at all. She says that I am keeping a close tab on when she pays and when she doesn't, but I just don't see enough effort from her end in my opinion. I don't ask for a 50-50 split, but I also don't want to pay 100%. I feel a middle ground would be better. However, I have always covered more expenses than her, considerably. So it's got to the point now where she's made me scared of not paying through this pressure. For background, I do not come from a wealthy background. I only make a small amount more than her. She has always said we can earn money together, but I don't know how I am meant to save money for a family one day, etc. if I am made to pay for everything. We get on well everywhere else. It's just when it comes to paying, she doesn't like having to pay. But then whilst I pay, I feel like I would appreciate some reciprocation. Are my thoughts valid? I want to edit this post to add that she has compared the way I treat my parents and how I pay for everything for them without question, and that she expects that is the way I treat her too. But my parents are seniors and bring in very little income. I don't think the two are comparable. My girlfriend earns steady income. Thank you for listening to the Reddit Chronicles. Follow for more content.